Your body is lying to your brain right now. The position of your spine, the angle of your shoulders, the tilt of your chin. These are sending a constant signal to your entire nervous system about how much energy you deserve to have. And most people are stuck in a posture that's essentially whispering, stay small, stay tired, stay safe, on a loop they've never once questioned. Think about the last time you felt genuinely alive. Maybe it was after a workout, or during a conversation that lit you up, or in the middle of something you cared about. You were probably standing taller, chest open, head up. You didn't decide to do that. The energy came first, and the posture followed. At least, that's what you assumed. The research says something more uncomfortable. The posture may have come first. In the early 2000s, researchers began studying what happens when you force a physical position onto someone, and then measure their internal state. The findings were consistent across dozens of labs. Subjects who held expansive, upright positions for as little as 2 minutes reported feeling more confident, more energized, more willing to take risks. Their hormonal profiles shifted. Testosterone tended to rise, stress hormones tended to drop. 2 minutes. The body changed the mind faster than any pep talk could. So why does this matter for your energy levels on a Tuesday afternoon? Because posture is the one input to your state that's always on. You can't meditate all day. You can't exercise every hour, but you are always in some physical position, and that position is always broadcasting. Slumped in a chair with your head forward and your shoulders rolled in, your body reads that shape the same way it reads a protective crouch. Threat mode. Conservation mode. The signal is, resources are scarce, stay low, don't expend energy you might need later. That crouch has a name in movement science. It's called flexion dominance, a pattern where the front of the body shortens and the back of the body lengthens. Spend 8 hours a day in it and the tissues adapt. Muscles shorten, fascia stiffens. The shape stops being something you do and starts being something you are. Your ribcage compresses, which limits how deeply you can breathe. And breathing depth controls something most people never think about. Every breath you take is a direct negotiation with your energy supply. A shallow breath, the kind you take when your chest is caved and your diaphragm is pinned, delivers less oxygen per cycle. Your body compensates by increasing breath rate, faster, shallower breathing. That pattern is identical to the breathing pattern of anxiety. Your brain doesn't distinguish between I'm anxious and I'm slouching so badly my lungs can't fully expand. It receives the same respiratory signal and draws the same conclusion. Something is wrong. Conserve energy, stay alert, but stay still. You've felt this. That mid-afternoon fog where you're not sleepy exactly, but everything feels heavy. Like your motivation got unplugged. You reach for coffee, you check your phone, you assume you're tired. But run the mechanics. You've been sitting in flexion for 4 hours. Your breathing has been compromised for 4 hours. Your body has been whispering threat for 4 hours. The fatigue you feel is a downstream effect of a posture you stopped noticing before lunch. Now, here's where it gets strange. The relationship runs in both directions, but the speeds are wildly different. Emotional state changes posture almost instantly. You get bad news and your shoulders drop within a second. But posture changes emotional state on a slower grinding timeline. It's like a thermostat that adjusts in one direction with a switch and in the other direction with a dial. This asymmetry is why most people never connect the two. The posture-to-energy pipeline is too slow to feel in real time. It accumulates, day after day, the same position, the same restricted breathing, the same low-grade conservation signal. Then, one morning you wake up and everything feels like effort and you can't point to a reason. The fix sounds almost stupidly simple. Stand up, extend, open the chest, lift the sternum, let the shoulders fall back and down. Breathe into the space you just created. And here's what makes it more than just sit up straight, kid. The change is measurable within minutes. Heart rate variability shifts. Respiratory rate drops. The vagus nerve, which runs from your brainstem down through your chest and into your gut, responds to thoracic expansion by triggering a recovery signal. Your body reads the open posture and starts allocating energy differently. Resources become available because the system believes the threat has passed. But there's a problem, and it's the reason most posture advice fails completely. Telling someone to stand up straight is like telling someone to just be happy. The instruction targets the symptom. Within 90 seconds, your attention drifts. Your muscles relax back to their default pattern, and you're right back in flexion. The shape wins because the shape has become structural. You can't willpower your way out of tissue that is physically adapted to a position you've held for years. The people who actually shift their baseline posture, and with it their baseline energy, do something different. They change the environment. A standing desk isn't a productivity hack, it's a postural reset that removes the chair-shaped mold your body keeps pouring itself into. A monitor at eye height eliminates the forward head position that compresses your cervical spine and triggers that downstream cascade of shallow breathing and low energy. These are architectural changes. You're redesigning the container so the default position of your body shifts without requiring constant conscious effort. Movement researchers call this changing the movement landscape. Instead of fighting your posture with willpower, you alter the physical environment so the path of least resistance leads to a better position. The body is lazy in the most elegant way. It will always settle into whatever shape requires the least effort to maintain. Make that shape an open one, and the energy shift follows automatically. There's a deeper layer here that most fitness content skips entirely. Posture carries social and psychological weight that predates language. In every primate species ever studied, expansive posture signals dominance, safety, and resource abundance. Contracted posture signals submission, threat, and scarcity. These associations are millions of years old. When you sit in a collapsed position, you're activating a program that was written long before humans existed. Your body doesn't know you're just watching a spreadsheet. It reads the shape and runs the ancient software. This is why posture affects more than energy. It affects how you think. Researchers at the University of Auckland found that subjects in upright positions generated more positive self-referential thoughts and performed better on cognitive tasks requiring persistence. The expanded posture gave them access to a mental state that the collapsed posture literally blocked. Same people, same brains, different physical position, different cognitive output. So what does a practical approach look like? Start with the ribcage. Place your hands on your lower ribs and breathe into them laterally. Feel them expand sideways, like an accordion opening. This single movement retrains the diaphragm to engage fully, which immediately deepens your breathing pattern. Do it 5 times. Takes about 30 seconds. The shift in your alertness afterward is something you'll feel the first time you try it. Then address the thoracic spine, the upper and middle back. This area locks up first in chronic sitters. A foam roller placed lengthwise along your spine, while you lie on it, arms falling open to the sides, will passively reverse hours of flexion in about 3 minutes. The tissues release, the chest opens, and your next breath will be noticeably deeper. That deeper breath kicks off the entire cascade in reverse. Slower respiratory rate, vagal activation, energy reallocation. The critical piece is frequency. A single correction fades fast, but 3 to 4 micro resets spread across a day, 30 seconds each, begin to shift the default. After a few weeks, the upright position starts requiring less effort. The tissues adapt in the other direction. The new shape becomes the path of least resistance. And the energy that was being suppressed by a conservation signal you never consciously sent starts showing up at 2 in the afternoon, right when you used to reach for that second coffee. Your body has been casting a vote about your energy level every second of every day. The vote is determined by shape, and shape is determined by the environment you sit in, the surfaces you rest on, the height of your screen, the position you default to when you stop paying attention. Change the architecture, and the vote changes with it. That mid-afternoon fog might have less to do with sleep or caffeine or motivation than with the fact that your ribcage has been in a box since 9 in the morning. Open the box. See what happens to the energy inside it.